Durut, salam. Здравствуйте. Today we're going to talk about Abdulrashid Sadulaev. Shout out to Machiavelli the Don for requesting this. So, there's a simple question. How would Abdulrashid Sadulaev do in the MMA? I looked at some of his tape. It didn't take much tape to look at. The guy's wrestling is world class, which would put him in the top 10 in any division he'd want to go into, whether that be lightweight or whether that be light heavyweight on up, whatever. He's 5'10", he's about 212 pounds. I would imagine he would fight in John Bones Jones's division, and he would do very well. He could get to the top 10 without throwing a punch just on the wrestling. It's that good. It is that good. But he can throw a punch because he's from Dagestan. In Dagestan, your uncles and your cousins and everybody older than you that's in your little village or your family teaches you how to throw a punch. That's one of the first things they do there. I've got family that comes from that area, and literally, like, the first couple of things they do is teach you how to fight. And then once you get old enough to fucking be able to walk places by yourself, someone gives you a gun. I'm serious. I'm serious. Well, it goes a knife and then a gun. I'm telling no lies, people. It's my family. Okay. So, in that respect, shout out to Dr. Kayvon Dehnad, my cousin, 9th Dan Red Belt, Supreme Master of Judo and Jiu-Jitsu, first Iranian international judo ref, and a guy who taught me judo. All right, so there are components of Sambo and judo in Sadulaev's wrestling. So immediately his one knee takedown, like, there's like 4 disciplines in the one knee takedown that he does. Especially the one knee takedown, fireman carry, turnover. You could definitely see where he learned Sambo in it, because I've seen him trap an arm but give it up because he was in wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, so it's immediate. It's immediate. He could start winning fights tomorrow. Whether or not he could be a champion at whatever division he starts to play in, I don't know. Just depends on how the top 5 is shaping up at the moment. If any one particular person has got to be dominant. Whether he goes against John Bone Jones, which I really want to see, is just a matter of how crisp and clean is John Bones Jones. How well is he taking care of himself? You know, like, he's already in some other legal troubles. Can he fight? He might vacate the belt. If he vacates the belt, then Abdulrashid Sadulaev could most definitely vie for that in a matter of whatever, 5 fights. 5-6 fights. It would be a matter of time for him to get to a championship somewhere. He would start his career 10, 11, 12, and 0. He would. I mean, as he got better, whether or not he could be undefeated. Again, I don't know. It's the Khamzat Chimaev paradox, where the heavier you go, the more people can knock you out quicker. So you just don't know. When you're in the lower fly, straw, lightweight, you know that it's going to be a lot of technique. And there's 1 or 2 guys that are pure strikers, you know. You got a Sugar O'Malley, and you got a Justin Gaethje, and then it gets hard to name anybody that has knockout pop until, I mean, Supreme put you on the ground and one-hitter quitter kind of pop until you get to 170. Yeah, Abdulrashid Sadulaev, it's beauty. It's beautiful how he takes people down. He takes people down however he wants to. I mean, he could beat Tyron Woodley tomorrow. I had to. Lose 3 straight fights like that. And stop being aggressive. People were saying Tyron Woodley never was aggressive. Bull butter. You straight up jiving. Okay? I'm trying not to cuss so much. Just in general. Not even with the YouTube algorithm. Just for my own spirituality to not, be so vulgar in my head. Hare Krishna. So, but when you judge a fighter, the first thing you want to do is look at balance and movement. And then, can they do stuff and keep moving? It's the same thing with a futbolista or a hockey player or whatever. Can they do stuff and keep moving? Can they stick handle and keep moving? Can they dribble the ball and keep moving? Can they throw a punch and keep moving? Do they transition well? Do they process the game very well? And Abdulrashid Sadulaev looks like he has to work to not do extra stuff. He processes things so fast and so well. So, yeah. Final analysis: he'd fight wherever he want to. He could be the top 10 in any combat sports league, anywhere he wants to. He's like 25 years old. He could go and fight for the next 10 years in the UFC and be 12-0. Easy. The more he wants to fight, the more I don't see him taking a lot of damage. I just don't. Whenever you can win the race to the ground and you can get a superior, advantageous position, your striking platforms don't even have to be all that crisp. It doesn't. Abdul Rashid does not have to be even a good striker. He could just be okay. He could just be okay and smother people. And I don't know if he knows Sambo or Judo, but there's components and elements of Sambo and Judo in his wrestling. So, and plus he's from Dagestan, so it would boggle my mind. I would be a dude who rolls with people for a living on an all-world stage. From there, it would be like saying that someone from Brazil doesn't practice luta libre or Brazilian jiu-jitsu as part of their professional fighting. It's silly. It's silly. And he obviously has a mastery of leverage components that I have seen in Judo and Sambo. So yeah, he could fight tomorrow. Hare Krishna.